Hey, hello, Joe from the Rush Shop, sitting in the dining room. Gonna make a quick video here. New phone. I may not keep it. I may exchange it for another. I'm not sure if I'm liking it much. I went from a Samsung to a Motorola, and I don't know. Even though it's still an Android, it got different layout, and it just sometimes it's really slow to respond to commands. On Mr. Panda here, I went to the laundromat Saturday, and there's buckets out there with concrete and poles that say no parking for, anybody but Subway, because there's a laundromat, a Subway, and some other things, and people at the laundromat block the Subway, so they have these signs that say Subway customers only. Well, anyhow, the bucket was filled with rainwater, and this little guy was just swimming upside down in the water, and he wasn't really dirty. He had a little stain here. So I didn't wash him Saturday because I already had my stuff in when I found him. So I put him out in the sun and let him dry out, and he's been in my truck since. So I did some laundry tonight because my work clothes were filthy. So I washed him. He's got a little knot on his head up here. If you look at the angle there, he's got a little knot. But other than that, though, he's pretty cool. My girlfriend loves Panda, so that's basically, like as if she needs more. So he may just stay here for when she's here, she has a Panda. But that's Mr. Panda. And, of course, that's Deuce. And Deuce is going to have to see Mr. Panda. And not only is Deuce here, but Mitzi. Hi, Mitz. And Mitzi has to come over. Anyhow, I want to do an update on some builds. This is my 68 Chevelle. The 68. I had it painted gold, and it was pretty close to something the factory would have had. And I was happy with it. It was glossy. It could have used a wet sanding and polishing. It was cleared, as I come to find out. I couldn't remember whether I cleared it or not. I was happy with it. It really was. But then I noticed there was a hair up in the finish here and another hair on the hood. And I'm like, okay, I'll wet sand those out. Well, the one hair was really in there deeply, and then, I don't know, I started sanding it, and I kind of went through in some places. I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm just going to scuff the whole thing and repaint it another color. I did that, and I wasn't happy with the way it looked. I tried another color on top of that one. Still wasn't happy. So I said, hell of it. It don't look too bad. Well, what happened was I masked it, because the SS's have this black down here, and the chrome separates it. So I masked it off, painted a flat block, and I took the tape off, and it took all the new paint off. And I'm like, ugh. So what had happened was, I guess it didn't want to stick to the clear that I had on it, because it peeled back. There was like a clear layer. It almost looked like when you have a sunburn and the skin comes off. It almost looked like that. So I peeled off all the clear, and it was really rough, but I mean out of scale rough. If it was real, it would be that thick. So I wet sanded it all down and panel line washed it and all that good stuff, and said, you know what? It's going to stay that way. It's going to be not a total rust bucket, maybe a car that was just that, painted a few times. And somebody's, been sanding on it and planning on redoing it, but in the meantime, he's more concerned about power. So I'm using the Kit's Big Block, and I put some parts box valve covers, and I coated them with Tamiya yellow, clear yellow, and I dull coated them a little bit. It's going to have a single carb and probably a velocity stack on it, and maybe an air cleaner on top of the velocity stack to give reason for the hood being off. I could put the hood on, it works, but I decided I'm going to do something I remember seeing as a kid, and I thought it looked so cool. I'm going to have the hood off and the hinges still on. I remember as a kid, I was probably, 10 or 11. I don't know what kind of car it was, but I remember seeing some car, no hood, and the hinges sticking up in the air like that. And doing a burnout down the street from me. Deuce, no, don't touch. So anyhow, Deuce, don't touch. Here, play with the panda. Play with the panda. So yeah, I like that look. As you see here, they're the kit hinges. Now, of course, Revell doesn't do them very realistically, and of course they can't, because how are they going to make them work in this scale? Anyhow, they're extra long, and they go down inside those slots in the firewall. I cut them shorter, so they're, not ridiculously long, and I just glued them in the open position. And even though they're molded a little bit too thick, also, let's do this. Get some light. I did drill some holes in them. Now you can see the white plastic, so I got to flow some paint or some wash down there. Plus I'm going to rust them up a little bit more. But yeah, I got the open hinge look, which I just think looks kind of cool. The wheels, I can't remember what kit these came out of. They weren't painted. They were big and littles, and I've had them for a long time, and a couple were silver, and a couple were just not painted at all. So I put some of that Tester's Extreme Lacquer Diamond Dust on them, which dyed kind of flat. Then I gave them a black wash and a Molotowed the, actually, that looks better without the light. Let's go back. You can see how they're chromy looking in the center. So the lug nuts and the centers are nice and shiny, but everything else isn't. And I jacked it up. I had these really cool spacers at work. These little round things. They go right in the spring mounts. Of course, it's all black. You could barely see it, but it jacked it up just enough. Let's get a good look at that stance. But there you go. That nice hot rod stance. The interior's 2 tones of tan, dark and light tan. Since the car was originally gold, I figured, well, that'd probably be the factory color of the interior. And, yeah, it's going to get more. Now, let's get the light back on it. The interior is somewhat done. I got, do some details like the chrome trim and the dash yet. I did detail the door panels up a little bit. I don't want to touch them too much because that's fresh Molotov on there. But yeah, there's the door panels. Door handles Molotov. I'm going to put some black wash where the door seams would be. And maybe dirtied up a little bit. I don't want it filthy, and torn up. Just a little bit weathered. The dash is going to be the darker of the tans. Just like the rear deck is darker, and the floor and the console and the seats and everything else is lighter. I don't want to touch the center of those wheels. That Molotov's fresh. But here's the underside. Since the car was painted different colors, I kind of got the underside done up the same way, kind of fogged. And of course the tank will get painted and you'll get some kind of exhaust. I gotta find some headers that work. This kit doesn't come with headers, just stock exhaust. I don't have a lot of big block headers that fit in there, so I gotta find some or make some. But yeah, it's got the Moroso skinnies in the front there. I don't know if it'll, let's see if it'll focus. No, there we go. Mickey Thompson, not Moroso. Mickey Thompson, Sportsman, and just some Goodyears in the back. So it's going to be a nice little, street strip type car. And once it's all done. But, yeah, I just wanted to show that puppy off. It's coming along. Sometimes when you change things, you actually end up winning. And I think that just looks, it's got that look. Now, I remember seeing cars like that as a youth. Then, I've shown you this one last time. Here we go. But now with the new camera, let's see it. Again, there's the Nova. Straight 6. Pretty much where you seen it last time, except I got the engine wired. I gotta put a coil on there so that center wire is just kind of looped over for now. But yeah, I finally got it wired. Just basic black wire. It's gonna be a, excuse me. Oh, it's almost bedtime for Joe. But yeah, that's the Nova. Let me get a better stance photo on both these. Let me get down below the table so you can see what they're sitting like. Yeah, that's it right there. It's gonna sit like that. Like I said, I still may have to work on getting that air cleaner under there, but that's what it looks like. Let's try it without the light. Well, that actually kind of looks better, I think. Don't got the glare. But yeah, there it is. The Nova. And then let's get these stance on the Vel. Let's get in the photo. There we go. With the Panda and Deuce in the background. But I think the Chevelle, it's going to get a little darkening around there. It's going to have just some light surface rust. No holes. Just some light rust and some primer and some dirt. But it's going to have that nice street strip look to it. You know, a young man's car, and he's putting all the money where it counts right now. It's going to get the body work done eventually. Because it's a nice, clean Southern car. All she needs is a little bit of love. And, but that's it. And then, I did this gasser slot car body. And I've had it painted for, a couple months now. And I just wasn't happy with the color combinations I chose. I thought I was happy. And, it turns out I wasn't. I kind of rushed it. The body was okay, but the roof, I tried to do the classic stripe thing, and the colors I chose didn't go with the colors on the body. Excuse me again. So I put it in the purple power for the past couple of days, and that's about as far as it's going to strip. I mean, I've soaked it and scrubbed it, and you really can't feel it that much. It's still going to need a light wet sanding, but hell, it's going to be a weathered car anyhow, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I got to get some primer on it tomorrow and see what it looks like, how well this shows through. And may have to wet sand a little bit more. But yeah, I'm going to change colors or go with something different. But yeah, just wanted to show off that and say hi and catch up on a few things there. Show you that I'm still alive. I kind of want to start getting into trying to make more videos more often and get a little more content going, because I play around too much and I don't get the stuff done. And there's Deuce in the background. It's a giant cat, holy crap. But yeah, you'll get to see it when it's all done. I got a bunch of aftermarket stuff coming. They're really slow this time. I got some paint from MCW, and I thought it would have been here last week because I brought my airbrush home. I'm on vacation last week, and I ordered it on Saturday or Sunday before. I'm thinking, well, I'll have it by the end of the week. I'll get a chance to use it. I still don't have it, and last I checked, it's still sometime this afternoon. I left South Carolina, so I'm like, probably won't have it till Saturday, is what they're estimating it. And I got some other stuff. I got some Morgan Automotive distributors and a couple other details coming, and I haven't heard from them either way. They haven't confirmed that it's been shipped. They confirmed the order, and I haven't heard nothing since, and it still hasn't shown up. So I did order some detail items for the Christmas build. You will see those closer to the well, probably not till the build's actually done. I don't want to ruin the Christmas surprise. So, but I ordered some detail items on eBay for that, and I'm probably going to order some more stuff. Excuse me, Jesus. Yeah, it's really getting time for bed. But I'm going to be ordering some more details. I got enough kits, so I figure I got to start spending my money, on the detail items and paint and stuff like that, and get some of these projects done. So I'll probably be ordering a bunch of 3D printed stuff and different paints and all this crapola, so I can get some of these done the way I want to do them. What good is it to have all these hundreds of kits in my collection and they're all stalled projects because I'm waiting on parts? I mean, may as well stop buying every kit I see. Holy crap, excuse me. I mean, I know I'll buy a few kits because there's a bunch of reissues coming out, and I'm definitely going to buy those. But I was so tempted to go back to Ollie's and buy more of the sale stuff. I'm like, no, Joe, you have enough. Let somebody else have them. And besides, I may be going into some more expenditures outside the hobby, so I really don't need to buy more right now. So, hey, well, this video has been long enough. I'm going to get ready to go to bed and crash out. We got some storms coming tonight, and then it's supposed to be a pretty decent weekend, and then get hot again. So, hey, like, subscribe if you aren't subscribed, share, comment, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. I'm an easy person to get along with. But, yeah, I just wanted to show off the Vel. And Deuce is shaking the table because he's scratching. Deuce, hey, is that necessary? No, it isn't. Okay, everybody, have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.